What's up guys, RETROCENGO here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we have Joel Engelberth joining us and I'm so happy with it. Hi Joel, welcome to the channel my friend.
Yes, no, happy to be here. I know you've reached out a few times, and I'm glad we could finally do it. Could finally make a video together. So happy to be here.
Finally man, finally. Joel, so I have about 5,000 subscribers on this channel. Of course a lot of viewers in the US, but we have a lot of European viewers now.
Yeah.
They want to know you. They want to know why do I really want to make this video together with you. Can you tell just 1 minute about yourself, why you're so awesome?
I don't have that answer. I don't know why you wanted to do this, but I'm happy to do it. I stream on the Pinball Network, and I stream for Flippin' Out. So Flippin' Out is one of the larger distributors here in North America, and it just happens that Zach with Flippin' Out, Zach Mini does Straight Down the Middle with Greg Bone. He produces a ton of pinball content, but I personally happen to live roughly 3 hours away from Zach, and so
Yeah.
I built a relationship with him, and luckily Zach lets me borrow games, including this Cactus Canyon that I'm borrowing right now,
Oh
and I
yeah.
stream them. So I've been streaming for a few years now, and luckily, yeah, you've found some of my videos and commented on them and shared them, and so
Yeah.
I'm happy that's there, and so I stream now for Flippin' Out. So if you go to the Flippin' Out YouTube channel, subscribe to that, and so every other Wednesday I'll do a gameplay, and then I also do this Flipping Out with Friends, where we kind of do kind of a conversation chat with some other people in pinball every
Yeah.
other week, and that's something that those videos have been getting a lot of views, even overseas. Even though people aren't seeing them live, they're watching them after the fact.
Yeah.
Yourself included.
Here.
Yeah, and it's just a fun conversation that we try to stay on top of what's going on in pinball and news, and it's kind of a podcast, video podcast kind of thing. So yeah, I really appreciate you inviting me on here, and I'm always willing to talk more pinball. Always.
Yeah, yeah, but you just forgot one very important part, and that is you are absolutely the most positive guy in the whole pinball content industry. I mean, always smiling, always positive, no drama. I like that aspect of it. And when you make these streaming videos where you play different games every 3 week or so, you get new pinball machines. I love when you point at the inserts and talk about
Yeah,
game code because you love game code and I'm a game code geek also. So and you're positive and when you're making these shots, your happiness just the level of enthusiasm it's so great. So I will recommend everybody that's
thank
into
you.
pinball to watch your videos.
Thank you. Yes, pinball's supposed to be fun, and if
Yeah.
you're not having fun, this hobby's supposed to be fun, and it's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
enjoy the hobby. If you're not enjoying it, then find another hobby that you'll enjoy more. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Some
let's
people
have
are,
fun. Yeah.
yeah, some people are angry and stuff like that. No way. Just positive smile and happiness. So, in today's video, I was thinking about the ever changing top 15 list on
Yes.
Pinside.
Yeah.
As I can read here, it says that every week it will get updated.
Hmm.
So people goes in and rates, and usually the newest game will be on top. The newest release, and then it will go down after some month and has its place.
Yeah.
But in today's video, let's talk about top 15 of this beautiful Pinside list. So the way I want to do it is actually just start with number 15 and I want to hear what you think about it and I also want to know price dash what you're getting for the money and does it deserve its place? Okay.
Sure. Okay.
So as I can see, Pirates of the Caribbean from JJP, it's on number 15. What do you think about that game?
It's an incredible game. I enjoy Jersey Jack games. Jack games have a ton of depth, and they're very complex. They're very
Yeah.
complex, and so I've of all the games that I've played on Pirate, it's a lot. There's a lot going on, and just trying to understand that. And for some people, JJP games are overwhelming because there is so much going on. There's so much. There's so many different modes and lights, and it's just a lot. But if you really dive in and learn the game of Pirates, there's a ton there. There's a bunch of different modes. The mechs are insane.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful game. I think it's a fantastic game. I don't. It
White
doesn't
body,
surprise me
do
at
you
all.
like that? How
Yeah,
about white body? It's okay
wide
with you?
body. It's the way that Eric designed that game. There's so
Yeah.
much in it that it doesn't feel slow to me like other wide bodies. So
Okay.
I do
Okay.
think it is a good game.
So I just want to ask you, precision flippers. Have you because of you, I have tried it on my JJP game over here.
Yeah,
I think it's a game changer.
it is.
The best mod ever. Every JJP should have it. Have you tried to play a JJP game with precision
I
flippers?
have not yet, and
Oh,
so just my side note on precision flippers, I came across them on Pinside. They're metal flippers,
yeah,
and I absolutely recommend the Halo version. It's the one with where the middle's cut out, but
yeah,
they make the ball feel faster and more powerful, and I feel like they add accuracy, and that was absolutely the biggest complaint that a lot of people have with JJP games is they feel the flippers aren't snappy or they're not powerful enough.
exactly. Yeah,
And so that
exactly.
is a super easy mod that
Yeah,
you can swap out your flippers. And that's my view on them. There are certain games that I feel like to swap out the flippers for precision flippers give you more speed or accuracy that's needed in the game. So, like on Turtles, I think it's a game changer. Same thing with all JJP games. I think it would be
yeah.
a game changer. But there's other games I don't think you necessarily need them. But if you like them, then go for it. Go put them on whatever game you want.
I don't think I don't think I want to put it on my some on my Stern games, but I'm thinking I might put it on a Pinball Brothers Alien.
Sure, yeah.
If you
Give it
have
more
tried
speed.
that,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it will be.
I
I'm
think you're
waiting
right.
for some
Yeah.
parts, but I think it will be a game changer. But I'm just recommended every JJP should have them, and I hope that the upcoming release next month, I hope JJP will work with John and put it in
Yeah,
maybe
that
on
would
the
be huge. Yeah,
on the CE edition or something, but it
yeah,
can't cost that much, you know. So
yeah.
I
I
watched it on your video, and after I watched that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video,
yeah,
I wrote to him and I said, I watched Joel playing this, and this is my YouTube channel. And John was like, yeah, man, I will send you these and just
yeah.
check them out. Such a cool guy.
Such a
So,
cool guy. Jeff, definitely check that out on Pinside. Hopefully, you can put a link or something in the video. But it's a really really cool product. And you had
absolutely.
mentioned the money. That's my one issue with Pirates. Is it is the cost of these machines is so
Oh,
high now that
it's,
I would have to say no. I couldn't justify buying a Pirates at its cost
ah,
because there's just so
exactly.
many other great games.
Yeah.
But if you have one, if you happen to be one of those people that got in early, I
Yeah.
mean, enjoy it. Enjoy the heck out of that game
I mean,
because it's a cool game.
I think they cost about just under 9,000.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
know.
I mean, and my brother is a distro here in Denmark, and I mean, they didn't sell out in that. I mean, we had them for
Yeah,
a long time, so, but all of a sudden, 20,000, 30,000. But
yeah, yeah,
is it worth 30,000? No,
yeah.
absolutely not. I think someday Jersey will remake them. That's, I mean,
It would be great if they did. I think
yeah,
they'd sell. I absolutely think they'd sell.
just remake them and put a price tag on, 12,000, and let's see what's gonna happen. It could be so cool.
Yeah, it would be a bargain compared to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It will sell like crazy, man. So do you think it deserves its place at number 15 on this top 300?
Well, that's the tough thing. I mean, if I scroll down further, there's other games that I like more than Pirates, but I totally understand. I totally understand why it is there. I think a lot of the people that own Pirates really, really love it. I know Nick Lane from Buffalo Pinball. It was his like number one game for a very, very long time.
I
So
think uh,
I understand. I just know personally there's other games I would rank above it, but I totally
yeah.
understand why it's on the top 15.
Yeah. I think it's well placed there. So I'm happy with it.
Sure.
All right. Let's jump over to number 14. As I
Yes.
can see, it's Rush. And before we begin this, I want to say something.
Okay.
When I see you play Godzilla,
Hmm.
you're so happy. You're just glowing. You're
Yeah,
just so
yeah,
happy.
yeah.
Also, when you play Deadpool, so happy. Absolutely. Yeah, there we go. With
Yeah.
the topper, as I can see.
Oh yeah.
When you played Rush.
Yes, Rush kicked my butt. Rush kicked my butt, and don't get me wrong. I have a Turtles. John Board games are brutal. They're known to be brutal, but Rush just it really kicked my butt. And you know when you're
Yeah.
playing a game that just continues to beat you over and over and over and over again. Yes, I did find myself getting frustrated with it. But with that said, I don't know if it was just the pro that I borrowed, but the when I've had a chance to play premium, I had a chance to play multiple premiums and an LE
Yeah.
that shot way different. It shot better.
Oh. Oh.
And I think what frustrated me was I know like Raymond Davidson and Timmy, the guys that did the code in Rush, the code for that game is insane. It's
Yeah.
incredibly good. And
Yeah.
what frustrated me was I felt like I wasn't getting far enough in the game to really appreciate the code. And
It's a
that's where I
hard
was
game.
frustrated. I was frustrated
Yeah.
with myself almost that my playing ability was keeping me from truly experiencing everything that's in that game. Um,
And,
but it's a
and
hard. I mean, it's a John Borg layout.
yeah.
It is a very good game. That game has really blown up.
And that being said, about your streams, one game that I really don't recommend to make more streams with for right now
Uh
is
huh.
James Bond.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when you look at your face, you're bored when you're playing it. Not to be negative.
I know. No, you're
I
totally
can
right.
just feel it. You're bored because the code is just not there. So wait a year and then it because
Yes.
the shots on
Yeah.
James Bond, I like them, really
Yeah.
nice. But the code, yeah,
James Bond 100% has the potential to be an incredible game, but it
yeah,
just, as of right now, being that every single thing is separate, all the modes, everything is separate. You can't stack, you can't do anything. When you go to play the game or I go to stream the game, it's just pick and choose. It's like, what do I want to do? It's because there's
what's
no
going on?
progression, nothing's flowing together. And yeah, I mean, I was honest with Zach. I'm like, do you want me to? And we swapped James Bond for Cactus Canyon. That's why
Oh,
I
okay,
came out.
okay,
But I'm
okay.
like, do you want me to stream it right now? Because I don't think it shows the game in the best light. I think that
Huh.
game is really going to develop into something great in the next few months to a year.
Yeah, yeah, year. I think so.
Yeah, but Rush came out of the gate with really good code. I mean, a lot of people focused on the scoop and the scoop issues, but
Yeah.
it came out of the gate with really good code. And then people, Rush is anytime you do a band pin, people are like, well, I don't like Rush, so they just immediately check out. But
Yeah.
I wasn't a Rush fan, and I found myself really enjoying that game and
How
learning to
about the
love the
music?
music. Oh yeah,
You
music.
enjoy it now?
I do, and I had Zach let me borrow a Led Zeppelin, and I put an Expression Light kit in it, and
Yeah.
that was a huge game changer. And so, to me, the Rush once they start selling the Expression Light kits and
Yeah.
people have the ability to add those, it's only going to add to that game and the overall
Why
experience.
why doesn't Stern have that cut in the cabinet on all their pins? I
Oh,
mean,
that's a
it's just
I
money
know.
there they could earn so
Yeah,
much money by
I
having it that way.
they
It's
did it with Led Zeppelin, and that was
yeah.
my initial thought. I said, I hope this is on every game coming out. And then Mando came out and it didn't have it, and then
No.
Godzilla didn't have. It's like, okay, they're
Oh,
just making up
Godzilla,
things.
when you
I know.
crash the building,
And
everything red
yes,
flame.
because
Yeah.
so this is
Are
a
they hard
let's
to install?
no, this is a speaker light kit sold by Speaker Light Kits. It's awesome, but like that burning, if that
Yeah.
was on the sides of the cabinet or the sides of
Oh
the inside
man.
with the light
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Just
I'm with you.
yeah, could be so cool, man, but
Yes.
it is what it is.
So
So,
Rush, I do think it deserves its spot. I think it surprises me that as of right now, Rush is not on the production schedule for Stern because I think more and more people are starting to play Rush and realize how good it is. So I totally understand why. I mean, it is a new game. That's probably why it's
yeah.
so high up. But I think it deserves it. I really that game is really coming along
Yeah.
and is a great game.
And the price of Rush is about MSRP.
Yep.
It's not a $20,000 game. So I think for the money you're getting a lot of game. You're getting good
Yes.
shots. You're getting great layout. You're getting amazing code. I actually voted when I made the
Yeah, the Pinball Awards. Yeah.
awards. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For code, I voted Rush. without
It
thinking.
it is
So
very
it's
good. You can attack it
really
from many
nice.
different directions, and
Yeah.
there's a ton to do in the game, and awesome wizard modes and challenge modes, and yeah, no complaints at all from the code.
Absolutely. So
Yep,
it's well deserved at number 14.
sure.
Let's jump over to Cactus Canyon.
Right
Number
there, yeah.
13. Yeah, you got it there at the background. So, how long time have you had that game?
I've had this just a week. I brought this
Okay.
home from I'd taken Bond down to Zach when we did the Pinball Awards, and then
Yeah.
this is actually his personal Super LE, or this is the top model. That's why it has everything.
How are
Um,
the arms? Are they hanging
oh,
in there? The-
I will say, if I was to own a Cactus Canyon, that topper is
yeah.
awesome. Like, not
Yeah,
only is it
man.
visually awesome, but there's certain modes in the game where you're shooting bad guys, and if you hit the target, the topper actually makes like a knocking sound. So it adds a whole
Oh.
nother level of sound and immersion to the game. So the topper, I mean, I know some people hate toppers; they think they're a complete waste of money. But
What?
any topper it might that feel like it adds to the game, like
Yeah.
that topper really is really great.
So cool done, man. What do you think about the general build quality of the CGC game?
Really good,
Yeah.
really good. Like, this game is heavy.
It's
We got it.
heavy,
We
right?
got it down. I mean, the game. It has everything. It has, like, you know how when you lift the playfield on some of the older games, it had like a locking mechanism to make,
Yeah?
like, that's everything. Everything that was there, it's all in there.
Okay.
Um,
So it's
it's
one to
taking
one.
apart. Oh, I'm super impressed by the build quality and just everything about that. No bit of that game feels cheap at all.
Wow, man.
And
So
the
it has the Bally Williams feeling.
absolutely, yeah, no,
So when Medieval Madness came out, the remake,
mhm.
people were a bit angry about when you flip because the computer system should emulate that it had some delay. Does this one has that delay still, or does it feel like Bally Williams? You
I
know?
mean, I don't have a game. I don't. It's not like I have the original right next to it to compare, but it feels like the flippers feel very snappy. And so when I compare, I mean, I've had American pinball games here. I've had spooky games here.
Yeah.
All the flippers feel different, but I don't have any negative thoughts on how the flippers feel at all. I think it
Okay.
feels real good.
Okay. That's nice. I mean, we sell all the games except Stern here in Denmark. We don't have a
Okay.
Stern distribution, but CGC, if you're watching, contact me. We want to sell your games. The
Yes.
issue with CGC, they can't build games enough. I mean,
Yeah.
they can't
There's.
build because we want to have Monster Bash, all the old titles, but
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
I don't have any complaints. I really don't have any complaints with the game at
I
all.
have
And to
one,
me, what's that?
the code.
Well, okay. What I'm saying is what they built here, what they built, the light
Oh,
show, what they've added to the game.
yeah.
Like, if you are a Cactus Canyon fan, this is absolutely the best version of the game that you can get. Like, it is
That
really really good.
that screen there,
It's
I'm
beautiful.
loving what I'm seeing.
Yep.
So those lights on the speakers, is that something Zach did, or is that
No, it's all.
also
This
it's
is
all there?
everything in here is stock. With now, this is
Okay.
the LE. I
Yeah.
don't know with the standard edition. I don't know what's all in there, but
Okay.
it's a beautiful game. Like, and
Is
I'll be
the
streaming this next Wednesday, so there'll be a stream
I'm
out.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Is the playfield GI and all that? Is that all color LED?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, that's
So
also updated.
it all changes based on what's going on and where you're at in the game. Which, I mean, it's a beautiful game. The art blades on the inside, instead of them just being
Yeah.
a decal, it's almost like it's a thin plastic that it's printed on the backside. So it's like you can't even scratch the
Whoa.
art blades. It's a like, it is truly a beautiful game. But you are correct. My one complaint is the code,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at the game when I first got it, and I'm like, okay, each shot has 3 inserts. So I'm thinking, oh,
Yeah.
there's 3 different modes. No,
No.
it's just like shoot shot, shoot shot, shoot shot.
Yeah.
Boom, you're in the mode, and then some of these modes are one shot to complete them.
Two
There's no
shot.
depth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no depth to the modes. So this is a game that I do think I will beat. I will probably get to the end on stream, and I'm
Oh.
not the best player in the world, but
Ma, you're a
that's
great
just
player. Come on.
that just it's hard for me. Like, I want to have something that pulls me back, and
Yeah.
we will see.
Well,
But
while we were talking, I saw on the display there it says Lyman sheets.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna when that code comes out. I still don't know when. I mean, last year they said close, but do you
Yeah.
know if it's?
I don't know anything. I
Oh,
don't know anything,
okay,
but I do
okay.
think that it'll be interesting if
Oh,
that code comes out and it's a game changer, like it's a huge change, then yeah, there will be
absolutely.
people that'll be clamoring to get this game.
Yeah,
But um,
absolutely.
where it is right now, I mean, it's a fun game if you like
Yeah,
that era of games and that type of simplicity. It's a beautiful game. It shoots well. It's if you like Western or cowboy themes, I mean, it's
yeah,
perfect. It's
yeah,
just it's hard to compare some of these games to the depth in these modern games.
yeah. And I want to talk about the price. These games are what just under 10K.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
ridiculous how cheap they are. You are
yes.
getting so much pinball for your money, so it's priced really, really well. I'm so impressed. I would love to be a distro for CGC. So yeah, great game, man. Wow.
Yeah, when you compare what's here to a Stern LE, I mean, it's just it's totally different.
When you lift them, you
I
just
know.
feel the difference, right? You just
Yep.
feel the difference. All right, I think at number 13, it's well deserved, man. So let's check out the next game. Number 12. Many people love this game. It's their favorite game. It's Lord of the Rings from
Yes.
Stern.
Yes.
What do you think about Lord of the Rings?
It's an incredible theme.
Have you
Incredible
streamed
theme.
it?
I have not. I have not had a chance to have one here. I've played it on location many times, and
Yeah.
it's just the mechs that are in that game, the immersion, everything's there.
The
Audio
code.
package. It's the code is incredible. That is absolutely a game that I would love to have or own for an extended period of time. I mean, the biggest knock that people have on it is the art package,
Yeah.
or just the Photoshop. Like if that was, I know it probably never happened, but if that game was to be remade and they just
Oh.
updated the art, that would be it.
Yeah.
That's all that you'd really have to do to make everybody happy.
But do you think, when we're talking about these Vault editions, do you honestly think if they will vault that game or another DMD title, don't you think they will update it to the LCD display?
Well,
Because when you look at those old games, if you take a Lord of the Rings and put it in between your Godzilla and Deadpool,
yeah,
I'm sorry, it looks so dated. It looks so old.
yeah,
And also, if you lift the playfield up on the old games, so much wiring, so much cables, and Stern doesn't want to do that. So they
yeah.
have to update everything, all the DNA of the old game. It's a lot of work for them. I
Well,
mean,
I mean, you mentioned Bond, and like one of the issues right now with Bond is licensing. It's all licensing approval, and that's the thing.
yeah,
Going from a DMD to it, which is like an artist rendition of a character, to the actual image or video of the character is just
yeah.
completely different. So, do I think Stern's going to go the extra mile? Like, if they're going to do that, it's almost like they should just make an entirely new Lord of the Ring game, like game in general.
Yeah, man.
But
Why
if
not?
in a perfect world, this is the best solution. This idea,
I
don't
love it.
keep it a standard DMD. Go with a
Yeah.
bigger one. Make it colored. Like
Oh,
if they did new dot animations for Lord of the Rings, I would be okay with that. Just kind of modernize that. It doesn't
yeah.
have to go all the way to an LCD screen. And then yeah, it just improve the art package. There's so many great artists out there. Like Jackson Gee is the guy that did our Triple Drain art, and he's
Yeah.
done some other art out there. Like you get an amazing artist like that to draw, or make a whole new art package. Walking Dead's another game that if they did like a comic
Oh,
book art package for Walking Dead, it would
instant
be
buy.
huge.
Yeah. That's instant buy. That they're talking about maybe Tron this year
Tron,
remake.
yep, yeah.
Um,
There's, I mean,
that
these are all great
display.
games. I just don't
Yeah.
know if they do it.
That display there. So um, they're new art, right? They didn't just. It's not the old run that they're running.
No, it is definitely new art because
Yeah.
there's way more
It
dots
looks.
but it's I
Yeah.
mean it's the same graph. It would be like the same like when you get an extra ball, it's like a guy walking across and drinking and then he spits out the
Yeah.
ball at the screen. Like it's the same concept, but it's totally redone.
So yeah.
Totally redone.
All right. Because when you buy a color DMD on an old game, it is
Yeah.
still the same, but with colored dots, But
Yeah.
this is wider, so I think it's genius, man. And I love the full color RGB. Again,
I know.
the old games they just look old and dated, and this just modernizing everything.
I'm with you.
Absolutely wow, man. I really love it. All right, it's well placed and well priced.
Wonderful
Yeah,
game. Yep.
Lord of the Rings, their prices can be
All over the place.
10,000, 18,000. I mean,
Yeah.
all over the place. And they're also limited editions. They're
There
really
are.
expensive with
There's.
all the gold.
Yep.
Really expensive. You do get a lot of pinball for the money.
Yeah.
If you want to reach the, what's it called? Valinor?
Valinor.
Valinor. Have you reached that?
No, no. That is, but that is definitely like it's a stamp of like
Yeah.
you've made it in pinball. Like, oh yeah, I've done Valinor and Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings. Like that's like a check that box. I don't know. I'd love to have one to just try to work at it.
Now, there is difference between I played in the 90s to I bought my first pinball machine, have it in my house.
Okay.
So I started collecting for about 20 years ago. So I have been in this for a long time. I remember when I finally got the Lord of the Rings. It was maybe in 2006 or 7, and back then, Lord of the Rings. I mean, people were like, "Whoa, pinball machines!" I mean,
Yeah.
people wanted to play PlayStation. And when I said pinball machines, people didn't care, and I could get them pretty cheap, really, really cheap. I remember first time I went through all three multi-balls, all the modes and stuff like that, and you destroyed the ring. I was
Yeah.
like,
What
everything
a
just,
moment.
yeah, what a moment. Everything went
Yeah.
bananas, and it was like, yay, I'm gonna share this. But I didn't have Pinside. I didn't have all these guys. Oh, YouTube, it didn't exist. And then it says, oh, it's not over yet. you have more.
Oh yeah.
That was just I was like, more pinball machines should be like this. So what a code, man. Love
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
respect. All right, let's jump to the next one. Metallica at number 11.
Yes.
Have you owned the Metallica?
I have. I have owned Metallica. I have streamed Metallica.
Oh, okay.
What this comes back to Rush. Like it's a John Borg layout,
Yeah.
and there are times Metallica is heavily risk reward based.
Oh, yeah.
So when you get into certain modes, it's how long you want to stay in that mode, or how much how deep in the game do you want to get? Do I want to prepare these shots? So should I focus on the immediate points, or should I kind of build? And I loved it. Like I really loved that game, but it's hard because I would typically risk things and then
Yeah.
drain and
And
get the
then Drain.
reward.
Oh,
Yeah,
which
and
version did you have?
I had the pro. I had the
Me
pro.
too. Yeah. Yeah.
It is tough though. That is a game. That is one of those games that I keep thinking about. Like, I can only fit 4 games in the basement, and
Okay. What's the
and
fourth one?
so normally I leave a slot open for Zach. So a game for Zach. So the games that I own are Godzilla, Deadpool, TNA, and Turtles. And
Okay.
so those are technically I own my 4. Now my
Yeah.
parents luckily are babysitting or holding onto one of my games. So I could really probably own 5. But
Okay.
Metallica is one of those games that like I miss it. I do miss it. It's one of those games where you can just start and immediately have fun. It's
Yeah. You
it's
like the music?
I do like the music.
Oh,
Yes.
I grew
It's
up with it, man. I love
yes.
Metallica music. So, which game is it? TNA at your parents' place?
TNA, so I actually right outside of frame I have a Jurassic Park, and that's because
Oh,
I'm borrowing a Jurassic Park. I did a swap with a buddy of mine. So he
yeah.
has my TNA right now and I have his Jurassic Park. Yeah. So Turtles is at my parents.
Oh, does your parents play pinball?
By a little bit, but
Okay,
we
so
remade
it's
their
the hardest
basement.
game. It's turned
It is
so
hard,
hard.
but
It's a,
Turtles is family friendly, so with
uh,
grandkids and whatever. But
oh yeah,
so
yeah,
if anything, if they're gonna play, it'll make them better because
yeah,
it's a harder
yeah.
it's a harder game. Yes. But yeah, so Metallica is
Absolutely,
a
man.
fantastic game. I know
Yeah.
there's some people that's the only game they own, and I don't blame them. I mean,
Also,
it
the
has
code. The
the
code
code
is
is
nice. Yeah.
great. With that risk reward, it just keeps drawing you back in, and I really enjoyed that game.
And the layout is the perfect fan layout.
Yep,
Orbit, left ram, right ram,
yep.
best choice.
Bash
Okay,
toy in the
you can,
middle.
yeah, yeah, and that best choice with the magnet, it just
Sparky.
works. Okay, I
Oh yeah.
like it. It just works. I mean, you could
Yes.
put a bash toy with a magnet on every game, and it will work.
Yeah. inline drop targets with that cross
Oh,
mech with another magnet. I mean,
at the alley where
no way.
the cross
Oh, the
goes
cross
up.
comes up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that hammer is just too
Oh.
big on the alley, man. I think.
Well, that's some people hate it, but at the same time, the visual part of that mech when it
Oh.
stops the ball and the ball goes through, like that. Anybody that came over to play that game, they're like, okay, what do I do? I'm like, just find a shot you like hitting, whether it's this bash toy or the inline or the hammer or this, and just keep hitting it. And sooner
Yeah.
or later, you're gonna get a multi ball. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
super easy to explain. It's
It's so
great.
well done. So you sold it and bought which game? What game did you trade it out with?
Deadpool. Deadpool. So went
Oh,
from
okay.
Metallica. There was a guy
Okay.
locally. I was searching for Metallica. I finally had it. I only had it a few weeks, but there was a guy that had a Deadpool Pro that he put up for sale, and Metallica was one of the games he wanted, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I want a Deadpool. I could always get Metallica back. Let's try it, and that was I got a Deadpool Pro, and I had that
Yeah?
for almost a year before I upgraded and got the premium.
We're gonna talk about Deadpool because it's one of my favorite games, man.
I'm
Absolutely.
ready. Yep. But Metallica, I was initially when we talked, you said let's do the top 10, and
Yeah.
I was sad to see that Metallica was now 11 because I think Metallica absolutely deserves top 10. It's a great
What
game.
we talked for a couple of minutes before we started recording,
Sure.
and when I saw that Cactus Canyon, and when I saw that it was number 13 on the list, I was like, dude, let's change it to top 15, and you were okay. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win, absolutely. So the Metallica prices, how are they in the US?
They're fair. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out there,
Yeah.
so it's not. If you want to try and get one of the LEs or something, those may be more expensive. But there's a lot of Metallicas out there, so you can still get them for a decent price.
Yeah. So again, a lot of game for your money.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I also feel like that here in Europe. Still very popular title. And here in Europe, you really love Metallica. The drummers from Denmark. So
Lars. Oh yeah.
yeah, Lars, yeah. we love it. So yeah, we grew up with that music. So it's really, oh man, it's a nice pin. All right, so it's well deserved at number 11.
Yes.
Now it's the top 10. All
Yes.
right. And right at number 10, it's still holding out. It's Twilight Zone. Oh my god.
Yes.
Do you know the
Fantastic
history
game.
of Twilight Zone?
I just Pat Lawler game. I know that, and they just kind of let him after his success with Adam's Family. They're like, do whatever you want, and he did.
Exactly.
He went all in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have never owned it. Twilight Zone's
Oh.
tough because it's. I know for a lot of people it's very nostalgic. This is the game they remember. There were so many of them made. They were everywhere.
15,000, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many people have memories of playing the game, and
Yeah.
that's why I think that's part of it. People are like, "Well, I remember playing that this many years ago, so I want one." But it has so many great mechs. It's a very
Oh.
interesting layout.
How
Really
about
good
the upper
code.
play field with the
Oh yeah, with the
magnets?
magnets.
Oh.
It's great. It really is a great game. There's no denying that.
I remember it was one of the most expensive games back then, 20 years ago. And when I finally got it, I was like, is this it? Seriously, I was like,
Yeah.
is this it? And then I kept on playing 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and all of a sudden, bam! This is the best game ever! And I was hooked!
Yes.
I owned the Twilight Zone on and off for over 15 years now. Right now, I have a full, full modded, all chrome,
Nice.
$20,000
Nice.
Twilight Zone. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, and every time a friend comes by, he wants to buy it. He's just, oh my god, this is so cool.
Yeah.
It's a classic. They're talking about CGC making remake of the Twilight Zone. I talked with Carol Hardy, dear friend of ours,
Sure.
great content creator, and he said actually he don't think that they will remake it. I don't think either. And I did write with Naps Arcade because he also shared the news with this, and he also said, white body, also the theme license.
Oh yeah.
I would love them to remake it, but I think it will be too expensive to remake. There's just so much stuff,
There's
Joel.
so much in that game, so much in that
Yeah,
game, and there's a ton of them out there. I mean,
yeah.
it's a readily available game. I understand why they did Cactus Canyon because there weren't that many out there, and there were people that were clamoring to get it, and it's an unlicensed theme. It would be easier to do, but
Yeah.
Twilight Zone would be a challenge. I mean, don't get if anybody did it, if anybody remade it, they would sell them. There's no
Oh,
denying that. But
absolutely.
it's a
What
good game.
does a fully decked out, super mint condition like new Twilight Zone cost in the US? Here in Denmark, it's 20,000 easily.
We're not. I don't. We're not there. I would say probably somewhere in the 10. Yeah, if I'm looking on Pinside, it's somewhere between $9,000 and $10,000 is what it looks like.
But
So
how about a mint condition?
mint. I mean, yeah. Then you're gonna go up. You probably be 15. I don't know. That's a Zach. That's a Zach mini question. He stays on top of all the price because he does trade-ins and whatnot with flipping out. But
Yeah,
you're.
yeah.
It's not. It's not in the same level of a Pirates of the Caribbean, that's for sure.
Oh,
It's
no,
yeah,
no,
but
yeah.
there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them over here, and there's that game's been well loved even since when it was released. So a lot of people have taken really good care of theirs.
20 years later, I still love it. Absolutely. It has got some, there's just some Pat Lawler magic in it. The code, if you have
Love it.
the 9.4 home version, they have made a home version code. Oh my God. It's just,
Yeah,
I don't know where to, I could talk about Twilight Zone for an hour. So,
yeah,
so
it's a great game. It
yeah.
shoots well. If a pinball machine shoots well and you
Yeah.
enjoy the shots, I mean that's satisfaction. It's not moments. I mean you're enjoying every single shot, and that's
Oh.
where that's what draws you back in. And we'll probably talk more about that with these two games, Godzilla and
Yeah.
Jetster. But yeah, it's Pat
Yeah.
Lawler knows what he's doing when it comes to a good shot layout.
Absolutely. For
Absolutely.
so money dash what you're getting for the money, I think it's a real nice purchase. What do you think?
I think absolutely. I mean, it's tough. It's one of those things where if somebody came to me and they're like, "I have $10,000 and I want to get a pinball machine," like,
Yeah.
sure, is Twilight Zone going to be the game I'd recommend? Maybe not. There's a lot of good games you can get for 10 grand,
Yeah, for
but
10. Yeah.
if that's something that's nostalgic to you, you remember playing it, and you're like, "I've always wanted a Twilight Zone," get one. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna love it. It's a great game. You could always sell it and get your money back out because it's popular. Like it's a great game.
Back in the days, it was one of the most expensive games. I mean, Twilight Zone was up here and Adam's Family was down here. I
Yeah,
could get Adam's Family every day for peanuts. Now Adam's Family has just
yeah. Oh yeah.
it costs the same.
Yep.
But if you put both games between
There's more.
those two,
There's more there in Twilight Zone than Adams.
yeah,
That
yeah.
don't get
But
me wrong.
Adams is still
Great game.
classic.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised. I'm surprised. I had to scroll down. I mean, Adams Family isn't until it's where is this? 21. So I mean, it's a little further down the list, but
Yeah, yeah. It's under Stranger Things, under Guns N' Roses. Oh,
yeah,
Indiana Jones, Big Lebowski. Okay,
there's some
okay.
great games down there. Yeah,
Yeah, we should make top 20, man.
yeah.
But this list gets updated, so we could revisit and do something like this
Oh yeah.
6 months from now and see what's gonna happen. So yeah, well placed at number 10. Let's jump over to your favorite pinball company machines here. Stern, Elvira's House of Horrors at number 9.
Yeah.
Have you owned that one?
I have not. Unfortunately, the art package is a little. It's not family friendly. It's not an art package that I could probably have in my house.
Oh, okay, okay,
I don't.
fair.
My like even James Bond having the Bond women on the side of the cabinet. My wife was kind of like, "Can we
Oh,
cover cover that?" And
oh. So
just because we have.
how
Well,
old
my
your
kids are 2
kids?
and 4, but I like our
Okay,
nephew. Our nephews will come over. They're like 10
yeah.
and 14. But it's it, it's a theme that you either have to like. Some people love the theme, otherwise people are completely turned off by it. They're like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." But if you get past that, I do think the art is fantastic. I think the art is
I
great.
love the
The
theme.
Yeah, the theme's a great theme.
Yeah.
The sound package is incredible. Lyman Sheets code.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
campy. Like campy is one of the things I love about Godzilla. So it's
yeah.
funny. The shot layout makes you feel
Oh,
great because it's
open
very forgiving,
shots.
very open, great
Yeah,
mechs.
Oh,
It is. This is one of those games where it's one. I'm pretty confident if I ever had it, I would love it. Like I would love it, and you
it,
can't buy them right now.
no.
Everything they're impossible to get. Apparently, Stern's going to make another set or another round of them in a month or two. But
Yeah, but
yeah, they're
you
super hard to get right now.
you haven't seen the news today. Stern just told that they won't be building them right now, so it's delayed again.
No.
Yes,
Yes,
I just I read it an hour ago. So we're waiting again.
that is news in that I haven't read. No, but
We have
I
a premium version in the collection, and such an awesome game, man. And
yes.
what did it cost? 8,500 or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was under
MSRP.
$10,000 easily under 10,000. But it was that was the thing. It wasn't a there was no pro version, so people are like,
No.
"Oh, this is super expensive." You know, everybody complained when it came out, and now you can't get them. There's
Oh,
everybody. Most people
absolutely.
that have them, they keep them. They don't sell them.
Oh,
It's a
man.
great game.
And
Really
then
good game.
and then there's those, what are they, 40-year-old edition, 40,
Oh yeah, yeah. The
what are they called?
super limited or whatever. It's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
something something. Like
Yeah,
$20,000 or something.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
bonkers.
that's tough because those came out and people could buy them, but yet there are people that, being that the premiums are still gonna be made, you know, people are
Yeah,
like, I'll just wait and get my premium. I just hope they make them.
yeah.
If they don't, there's gonna be a lot of disappointed people.
The playfields are the same, so
Yeah, it's
I'm
just fun.
like, it would be fine. But the thing is, all the people that has ordered those games from Zeg and everybody else, they bought them for about 8,500, maybe 9,000, and those people has been waiting for what, 2 years
At least, yeah,
at
a
least,
while.
yeah, yeah. And
And the
now it's
price
like,
just keeps going up. Yeah,
yeah, but you can't do that, man.
I know, I know.
If you have a contract, if you have sold, deposit, you can't just say,
Yeah,
now I want 11,000. It's just, I don't like that.
yeah.
But yeah,
I totally understand.
yeah. But the deposit is nothing. It's not non-refundable. So if you don't like it, so you just get your money back, and
Yeah,
that's it.
if
So
you can't wait anymore, I get it.
yeah,
But
absolutely. So second-hand price,
I just looked
money.
it up. It's like 10 to 12. I mean, you're probably looking at 12, especially if they just said they're not going to make them right
Yeah.
now. But I
It's
mean,
just
it's
delayed. They're
good.
gonna make them. They're just delayed. I think at the first look the playfield looks empty in the middle, but
Hmm.
when you dive into it, it's not empty at all. It has
Hmm.
got so many great shots. I feel like for about 10,000 you're getting a lot of game for your money. You got game, great code,
Oh
great
yeah,
shots. That, for 10K, it's one of the games I would say to a new guy, go for an Elvira.
yeah. It's a
Absolutely.
fantastic game.
Yeah,
Fantastic game.
absolutely. All right, that was the Elvira. The next one on the list, number 8. Oh, Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast.
Oh
I
boy,
love
yes.
it. Have you owned that one?
I have not. I've played it a good bit. This is a game. It's interesting when I look
Oh,
at what Stern currently has available. This is one of those games. This and Jurassic Park were two of the games that I hadn't owned. That I was like, man, I really want to spend time on this.
yeah,
I Keith Elwin. I mean, I've played Avengers. I streamed that. Obviously, I have a Godzilla.
yeah.
Keith Elwin knows how to make a game. The layout. We were talking earlier. You know,
Fantastic.
if the shots feel good, you're going to have fun,
Yeah.
and that's something Iron Maiden. So many of those shots, the upper loop,
Oh,
the pops through the pops, the ramp
yeah.
shots. I mean, so many. Everything feels good when you hit it,
That
and
little flipper up there, it's
I
so
know.
cool. That mini
Yep.
loop and the big loop.
Yep.
Wow,
When
so
the
much
bullseye ramp,
control. Yeah,
it
yeah.
all feels great. Like that's the thing. And I know I had an opportunity to interview Keith Elwin, and
Oh,
that was his goal. He goes, I want to make sure that every one of my games, the white wood is fun. If the white wood can be fun, then the code and the light show and the music are it's only going to add to it. But if the game's not fun as a white wood, don't depend on the code to make it a fun game, you know? And
that
Keith,
makes
you know
sense.
that one of
Yeah,
Keith's games, like they're just fun to flip. And
yeah.
there's a lot of people that don't like Iron Maiden music. This
What?
game is so good that
I love the
they
music.
will own it. Yes.
Yeah, I love the music. It's so cool, and they have a lot of. I wanted 30 songs from Iron Maiden, but I love it. But
Yeah.
to be honest, usually Metallica, I like the Pro, but usually you get a lot of Pinball for the price of a pro.
Yep.
But on this one, I have been playing the limited edition, and I just love the LE. Everything about it, I love everything about it. And after a year or so, I got the pro version of the Iron
Hmm.
Maiden, and it felt, I just didn't like it. It felt too empty.
Yeah.
No, it has to be for me. It has to be the LE. I
I
mean,
see what you're saying.
yeah,
I had only played the pro, and then I went to a bar that had the premium. And the first time I hit that
yeah.
ramp where the door opens up and the bubble
Oh,
goes away, I was like, that's
yes,
awesome. Like
so
that was
cool.
something, and we'll talk about it on Deadpool, but that could be all it takes. That could be all it takes to have one shot that just like blows you away, and then you're like, crap. Well, it looks like I got to go
That,
with the premium. Yeah.
yeah, that, but also the audio quality. On the LE, they have got these JBL
JBL
speakers. So,
speakers. Yeah.
yeah, it just the Pro just no, it didn't do it for
Well,
me.
luckily you can swap speakers, and then even Pinwoofer. Pinwoofer, I've talked to them. I actually have a Pinwoofer kit in my Godzilla.
Oh,
Incredible product. That just if you truly care about the audio experience in your pinball
oh,
machines,
so
luckily
important.
there are great aftermarket upgrades that you can do to really like because I swapped out the speakers here in my Deadpool, but I actually have a Pinwoofer kit in Godzilla, and it's I mean it's such a great improvement.
Dude, you're modding out your games, aren't you?
Just tactfully, I don't just stick action figures in, but
So,
yeah.
what's that topper on your Godzilla? It
This
said
this
achieve.
is
So,
it's just an achievement. So some of
does
the
it have
pros.
LEDs up there on
No,
all
it's
the
just a piece of
inserts?
plastic. It's just a piece of plastic. This is
Okay.
something that some of the bars here in the U.S. have these just to
Oh,
advertise Insider Connected. So,
oh,
being that I do
okay.
my chatting streams, this is typically the layout.
Yeah.
This was a big open space. So I actually
Oh,
reached out to Stern. I reached out to Stern and said, "Hey, do you have just a generic topper, any sort of advertising, something that I could put?" And I got one. So that's just
who at
yeah.
Stern?
Zach. I actually emailed Zach Sharp, Zach Sharp, the head of
Oh, okay,
marketing, and
okay.
but I
Oh,
mean,
that's
I obviously do the streams and everything, so it's good promotion. Yeah, Achieve,
so cool.
get those
Yeah,
Insider Connected.
so cool. And
Some good
it
stuff.
looks fine there. It has the same
Oh yeah, yeah,
type like the Deadpool.
yep,
Yeah,
yeah, yep.
yeah. Great,
So
man.
that's a placeholder. The moment they release a Godzilla topper, I'll get it. I love
When?
that game. I've got to
When?
get it. I know.
When?
I know.
Come on.
Yeah.
The game is from 21 or something, man. Come on, let's do
Well,
this.
there's a lot of Rush owners that are like, you better give me Rush first, or I don't know.
No, no, Godzilla
Whenever it comes
first.
out. Yeah.
Godzilla first. It just has to be. So the Iron Maiden limited edition, it costs about the early. It costs about 15,000 in Europe, euros. So
Okay.
how is it in the US? Is it about there?
I'm looking right now. I mean, I mean, a pro's where it should be. A pro's probably in the $7,000 range. An LE, I don't think they're unobtainable. Oh, 15 to
Yeah.
18,000. I mean, there's a lot of people. That's the thing. Remember, this was the first Keith Elwin game to come out. So there's a lot of people that have now owned every Keith Elwin game, and they're like, screw it. I'm getting rid of my entire collection. All I want is Keith Elwin. So the demand
I
for some of
understand.
these LEs has gone up because
Yeah.
some of these collectors are like, I want every Keith Elwin game. So
So if you ask me, Cengiz, should I buy a Pro for 7,000 or LE for 15,000? I would
you're
take the
going LE.
LE.
You're going LE. Yeah. It's tough. It's to be honest, some of these pros, it's almost and we'll get to Godzilla, but like I streamed a Godzilla Pro and I really enjoyed it, and it was enough that it's like if you enjoy the Pro,
Yeah.
try to play a premium or LE, and if the additions bring more joy to your game, then go for it. Otherwise, like I have a Turtles Pro. The Pro is totally fine. The
Oh,
Pro is
Turtles
totally fine
Pro?
with Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played a premium. I played an LE Turtles. Great games, but I don't feel it's needed.
No.
Yeah.
What the spinner spins both ways, but
And then the diverter mech is the main thing
what
that
do
you
you use that diverter for? I mean,
well in the pro it's just this up down thing to stop the ball during
yeah.
certain moments, but the diverter it allows you to change the shot. So if you want to go like to the left ramp, you could divert it so that it feeds your right flipper. It's kind of like the diverter in Rush, where it gives you different opportunities. Like, well, which side do you want it to come down? Turtles has a similar
Okay.
thing, but
Okay.
I just don't feel it's needed in the gameplay.
No.
So
Absolutely
the
not.
pro is totally fine.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Turtles, yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So Iron Maiden at number 8.
Great game.
Perfect. Yeah, great game. I love everything about it. I wouldn't change anything. It's such a cool game. So well placed up there. Let's go up at number 7. It's another CGC game
Yeah.
remake, or it could also be Bella Williams, because it says only Monster Bash at number 7. Monster Bash is one of my favorite Bella Williams pinball machines. Some people will say the code is really, really shallow, but as, as we said in the beginning, pinball has to be fun. And
Yes.
that game is so much fun. Come
I
on.
agree.
I mean,
Yeah.
so campy.
So
What
the
do you think
way
about it? Have you owned it?
I have not owned it.
Okay.
The way that Pinside rankings work is so if you think about it, Monster Bash, there's actually four games. Here's the
Yeah.
original, and then there was three editions with CGC. So it actually goes based off of the highest ranked version of the game. So the special edition of Monster Bash is 8.8, while compared to the original is 8.75. So it would technically be two slots
Okay.
lower if it was the original game. So
Oh, okay.
people think the CGC, which the CGC game version has, the bigger display, it has a better light show, but it is a super fun game. I will say the code is deeper than Cactus Canyon, but I
Yeah.
think it's a better theme than Cactus Canyon. Who doesn't like
Oh,
monsters? The
yeah.
mechs are better, the
Oh,
Frankenstein mech and the moving Dracula and everything. It is such a great, like, just good, fun game that
CGC should remake them. Build
should make
them
more of them.
now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, make
It
more
is
of them.
to me, and you're going to see this because Medieval Madness and Attack from Mars. If I knew, if somebody came to me and they're like, we want to own one pinball machine, and they're not going to get crazy into depth of code, or they don't have like any of these remakes are just fun games. The fun factor is there.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
then it's like, well, what do you like Medieval Like, do you like this type of theme, or do you like aliens, or do you like just monsters? And
Yeah.
you're not going to go wrong with any of those three, or Western. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, I used to own the Bella Williams version,
Mhm.
and it came out, and I got this one, and I started new game, and I went started the Dracula mode, and the whole play field, all the GI instances, everything went red. I was
Oh,
like,
oh
"What
yeah,
is this?"
yeah.
It was.
People really light show is huge.
Yeah.
Light show. The more that I get into pinball, how important the light show is and the
Oh,
choreography of it, and it
light
makes you.
show,
It changes
music.
the visual look of the
Yeah,
music too. It
yeah,
changes the look of the game, the feel of the game. It's light show and
absolutely,
music is
man.
what creates moments for sure.
I've been saying that for so long time. Some of the reviews, they're like, "No, music is not important." When you play James Bond, and it's there, I can just see it in your eyes. You're like, "Please
I know.
change this tune."
I know. I know.
But
Or
Gomez
like
says 10 songs, so
yeah,
it will
it'll
come up.
get there. It'll
Yeah,
get there. Or like
next year.
Stranger Things. Stranger Things is one of those where the music and the lighting, you get into
Oh,
total isolation and it just gets calm and eerie and you're just like,
oh.
oh, it's great.
do
It's great.
do you like the show on Netflix?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, then yeah. Wow, what a game. We can't talk about that because it's not on the list.
That's not on.
So
Yeah.
Monster Bash here in Europe, the prices are high because if you can find them, buy them. It's
Yeah.
like that over here. So I don't know how is it in the US.
Um, they they're hard to find. They're hard to
Okay.
find. Even if I look at the limited edition, if you're looking at the CGC remakes,
Yeah.
those are really hard to find because most people you're looking at 13 to 14,000
Yeah.
dollars.
Yeah.
They're hard to find, but
But
they're out there. They're out
but
there. You can
Joel, still you get a lot of
Oh
pinballs
yeah,
for your money. Come on, a lot of
yeah,
gameplay.
yeah,
Yeah, it's well
yeah.
deserved, man. Yeah. So at number 7, perfect.
Great game.
Yeah, perfect. Let's jump over to number 6. It's one of your favorite pinball
Oh no, this
machines.
game this game's garbage. It's so bad.
Deadpool, man.
Yeah.
Deadpool. Yeah, it's so cool from the start to the end. The music on Deadpool.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Shots. George Gomez design a bit clunky, but that is Gomez. You
sure.
know how it is. But
The katana ramp is something. So I stream the game, and when you play that game for 2 hours straight, I will tell you that katana ramp. it feels good every time. Like the just to watch the ball, and there's
Oh,
no, it's just
yeah.
go around and lock, and then the way, and then the schnick shot is just such a
Oh,
fun, challenging shot
feel
that
good.
there's. And then this is what sold me on the premium is the left orbit that then goes around to feed
Oh,
the katana up down ramp.
yeah,
I love the pro, and if you can only get one, the pro, you will absolutely be happy with a pro. The pro is a fantastic game, but I went on location that had a premium, and the very first time I hit that left orbit to get that up down ramp, and it now becomes a big loop that you can hit over and
yeah.
over again, and you're ripping the spinner. It felt like it gave me so much more satisfaction, um, that I upgraded. I upgraded to the premium because to me, if you're going to hit a spinner, you want that ball to come back so you can keep hitting it. On
Yeah.
the pro, when you hit the spinner, it just goes up to the pops.
Oh, so on the I have only gameplay on the LE. So
Oh,
when you
okay.
make that left orbit, it goes up to the pops, or
Just goes to the pops.
it
Just
stops
stays
there
up
and
there.
just
Yep.
rolls down. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's so that to me is it gives you another shot. And when it comes to the code, lighting with the ball going over the in lanes, that's how you light your boom letters.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. I mean, you just hit the left orbit, it goes up to the pops. While on a premium or LE, it comes all the way back around, so you can light your boom letters. It just
Okay.
adds so much more flow to the game. So
I
I'm all
just
about it.
the re
I'm a big fan of it.
Oh yeah, and the reason why I never bought a pro version of Deadpool is I owned the ACDC Pro version, and
Okay.
those stand-up targets instead of drop targets, it just ruined the game. Really. And
Yeah.
on Deadpool, you have stand-up targets on both sides because on the LE it has got drop down, and they just feel so good when you
Yeah.
that mech good guy.
Juggernaut.
Yes, you have to
Juggernaut. Yeah.
hit them. It's so
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. So I never owned the pro version, but you're saying the pro version is
The
still
pro
fine?
version is, oh yeah, it's still really really good. It's still really really fun. But to me, I'm a fan. There are some people that feel like the drop targets slow the game down. I
No,
love the drop
they're
targets
cool.
visually, being able to see where you need to hit. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. On the pro, there's a light that shows you where you need to hit. But the main mech though that drew me in was that up down ramp, and having that ability to loop it,
Also, the
in those different modes.
disco
Yeah.
ball. That does it have disco mode music on the
It
pro?
does, but there's
Okay.
obviously no disco ball in the game, but it still has that mode. That mode's still in it. Yeah,
Okay, so you still
it's a
have the
good license.
music, because my son, it's one of my son's to-go machine, and he makes that left loop to make
Oh
that
yeah,
disco. He
it's
loves it.
great. It's just fun. That's the longer that I've been in pinball, what I've realized is the games that I really love are the ones that make me laugh, the ones
Yeah,
that bring me joy. And that game is
yeah,
funny. It is
yeah.
funny. It's creative.
Yeah.
It's
Love the
just
call outs.
it
Like,
truly is. So that's what it's very clear that the licensor just let them do whatever they want,
oh,
and
so
they gave them
cool,
free
man.
reign. The art package on it is incredible. So you have
Oh,
all you want with art. The LCD is great. The code is super easy to understand,
yeah.
but really fun ways to attack it. It's funny. It shoots great. I mean, it's there's a reason I own it, and it's probably never gonna leave. I love
Also,
that game.
the display with all the 16-bit gaming era of
Yep.
graphics and
Yep.
the sound from Defender, or
Oh
it's
yeah.
just campiness, man. I remember first time when we played it. My son's to-go machines are Deadpool and Ninja Turtles. He just
Nice.
destroys me in Ninja Turtles, and he just he's 12 now, but years back, first time he played that game, he was maybe like 8 or something. So we were driving, it was late, and all of a sudden, my son, he just said, "Somebody hit the boom button." It was
That's
like,
great.
yeah, it's just, yeah,
It is one
such
of
a
those
cool
games.
game.
I don't know. The only negative thing that anybody says about it, and it's only the really good players, are they feel like it's too easy. They beat the game. Like that's something that, and I have friends that have owned the game multiple times because they own it, they beat it, and then they sell it, and then they miss it, and so they buy it again, and then they beat it. And so luckily, like, I think I'm a good player but not amazing. Like luckily I have not beat this game, and so that's where
Okay.
I'm working my way up there. I've been very close. but it keeps pulling me back in, and it's just a fun game. Like it is a fun game to play.
Is it your because everybody's favorite is Godzilla, but is it your second favorite game,
I don't know. I
Godzilla?
would actually probably no. I think I go between. I love TNA, Total Nuclear Annihilation.
Yeah.
I love that game, and it's because of the simplicity and the art and or the sound package and
Oh.
the co-op mode, being able to play with other people, and just the immersion when the whole game's shaking to destroy the reactor. I
Yeah.
love TNA. So my number one and number two keep going back and forth between Godzilla and TNA. If I had to sell and go down to two, it would be Godzilla and TNA. So I would probably put Deadpool as three on my list.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of love for TNA, man.
I love TNA. Yes.
Absolutely. I've seen you stream it once.
Hmm.
It was so much fun to watch. I mean,
Good. I'm
all the
glad. Yeah.
reactors.
Oh,
It can be a brutal, fast game.
yes.
You can lose all three balls in 1 minute
Oh
in
yeah.
middle shot.
Oh yeah.
It should have drop downs at the middle. Those
Oh
three
yeah.
stand up. They should be drop downs, man. It could just it
Oh,
that would
drop
be
targets. It's
yeah
that would be fun.
that would
I
be
would agree with
game
that.
changer up there. But yeah,
Do
it
you
is what
have
it is.
TNA? Is that one? Do you have it?
I don't have a TNA,
Okay.
but I have so much love for the Bally games from 1980 to 82. I
Hmm.
I have had them all. I mean, if
Yeah.
you watch some of my videos, love them,
I
love
would.
them.
If
My brother owns all of them in
uh,
pristine mint condition. Zach wants to buy everything.
yeah, if you had the ability, like I would, I know you, they still sell them. If you have so many great games, TNA is just such a unique and fun game. If you had the ability to get one, I would recommend it.
And I have nothing against single level games. Not
Oh
nothing.
no,
I mean,
no.
that new Bond 60th, I think it's great.
I think
I
it's going
mean,
to be awesome.
oh,
I can't
yeah.
afford it. I'm not going to own it, but I think it looks awesome. I think it looks
The
awesome.
thing is, I'm a Bond fan. Not
Hmm.
huge, but I'm a Bond fan. I love what George Gomez has done also. But the 60th edition, if I wanted, if I want to buy it, I have to pay VAT 25% on top. Okay, so that's like 25,000.
Yeah,
Plus, it costs about. I don't want to wait on a ship, so I want to fly them home, and that costs about $1,000 on top
yeah.
of that.
It's gonna get. It's already
26.
expensive, and it's gonna get even more. I totally get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of money, man. But it is what it is here in Denmark. But yeah, if it was 12,000, I would have
Sure.
bought it in a flash.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, I
all right.
know there was a time where I think Deadpool was third. I think it got all the way up to third in the top 10. So, which that doesn't surprise. Like I love that game. So it's six. I'm okay as long as it's up there. It deserves to be up there. Six. I'm fine with six. Yeah.
If you ask me, when I look at top five, I would say Deadpool is higher on many of those games. But we will
I'm
go
with
up
you.
there.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And money, what you're getting, a lot of Deadpools out there. Here in
Oh
Europe,
yeah.
you can get Deadpool every day. I'm telling you, it's a no-brainer.
It
I
is.
mean, wow, absolutely, man. George Gomez, his games are just great, isn't that?
Well, yeah. Monster Bash was right below it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also Lord of the Rings. I mean, George
Oh yeah.
Gomez, he's the man. I love that guy. All right, so top five now. Okay, we have got Attack from Mars. Have you
Yes.
owned that one?
I have not owned it. I've
Oh,
traded a good.
you're missing
I would.
out.
I know. So that's the problem. I got it. I really started getting into pinball after some of these CGC games were already done being made.
Oh,
Um,
2 seconds. Very, very important question.
yeah.
When did you start collecting pinball? When did you get your first pinball, proper working pinball machine where you got into it?
So I'm a little over 5 years. A little over 5 years. The very
Okay.
first game I bought Avenger, not Avengers, Avatar. Avatar. I got
Oh,
Avatar
yeah.
locally, just from a person that was selling it. I paid $3,000 for it. $3,000.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got in and I was hooked. I mean, once you have, it's just the gameplay and I loved it. I mean, I did arcade stuff before that and had
Yeah.
multiple arcade cabinets, and then all of a sudden it was just like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm selling everything I have to put all my arcade stuff. I'm just going all in on pinball because I love it.
It's so
Yeah,
great, man. All right, so about 5 years. That gives me an idea of, yeah, a lot of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So Attack from Mars, fantastic game,
Oh,
hilarious,
yeah.
super funny, great
Call
art.
outs.
Call outs are great. The sound package, the moving aliens. I mean, then you go
Yeah.
with the CGC stuff. So I actually had a chance to play Zach's limited edition at his barn the other week, and just like the move, that topper is insane.
Oh,
The layout is super fun and forgiving. The code is great. I mean, this was I think it was number 2 for a long, long time.
yeah.
It is just a fun game all around.
It's such an amazing pin. So, does the remake have the LED lit up UFOs? Do you
Yes.
remember that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, because I bought that mod years back and where all the 6, 7 UFOs are lit
Yep.
up. Wow, man.
Yeah.
That game, really fast shooting game, and Mr. Sharp just loves that. I watched the interview with him 10 years back. He praised that game, and yeah,
Great, and a
such a
fun
cool.
interactive toy in the middle with the with the UFO. It's just you can put anybody in front of Attack from Mars and they'll have a good time.
Yeah.
They'll have a good time. And then from a tournament standpoint, I mean, it's a like people love it on the
Oh,
competitive. It's super easy to
absolutely.
understand, and
Yeah.
it's just a great game.
And again, Brian Eddy, fan layout. Loop, left ramp, right ramp, bash in the middle.
Yeah. Yep.
it just
Yep.
it has its
It
place
works.
and
It
it
works.
works, man. Such a nice game. It's an expensive pinball machine in Europe. How is it over there, overseas?
Um, well, it's the same. I mean, I feel like all these CGC, it's not as expensive as Medieval Madness. I mean, Medieval
Oh,
Madness is the one that everybody wants, but it's still, yeah, it's still expensive. Just because they're not making them.
oh,
If CGC could be like Stern and just continually rotate their collection,
yes, yes.
they would just sell. But they
I mean, what's CGC doing? Just build 2 more lines, just and
yeah,
put in more people. Just
the
build because we're waiting here, man.
yeah the demand.
We
I
have
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
we have monies ready. Just build them, sell them, make some money.
it's a great idea. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
have that
it's
answer.
incredible, man. I think it's well deserved at number 5. It's such a cool pin, classic pin. Never gets old in a collection. I'm telling you,
No.
had that pin for so long time. Greatness in a box.
Yeah.
Let's go up to number 4. Now, number
Jurassic
4
Park.
is
Oof.
Jurassic Park, and you said in one of your streams that Jurassic Park, another Keith Elwin game, you were really interested in trying it out.
Hmm.
Now, I'm really interested to know because I only have about 10 games in my private home collection.
Okay.
And I only have, Indiana Jones and, games like Totem and
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have got Jurassic Park here. So I think it's a great game. But I know how your gaming level is. I'm not a super skilled tournament player, but I think it's cool. But it really kicks my A. How
Yes. Yes.
is it the
I
same for
agree.
you?
It is a great game. It is a fun game. When you're hitting the shots, the layout, like I love the right ramp that feeds the upper flipper. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't to hit a ramp that isn't like just coming back down. Like what a unique shot. And when you're hitting the shots like that skill shot where it plunges and then
Yeah.
left ramp and then right ramp and then power shot and then
Yeah.
I mean, when you're hitting the shots, it feels
Oh,
so good. But when you're
Combo King.
missing the shots, it
Oh,
destroys you. Like that is the thing. My brother and I put in an hour plus on that the other night, and we were having a good time. But man, we just kept getting like boom, outlane, boom. It was beating us up. And then we step over to Godzilla, and you just
yeah.
like, it's just like this weight
Yeah.
off your shoulders, just like, oh, I'm hitting everything, and it feels great. And it's like, Godzilla's not easy, and that's some people are. You still have to hit your shots, but it just
It's a
To
bit more
me,
forgiving,
yeah,
right?
when I compare the two, that's the
Yeah.
thing. More skilled players are probably going to have more fun on Jurassic Park.
Which
The
version do you have?
I have the
Jurassic.
premium, but what I
Okay.
will say now that I've been playing the premium, if I was to ever own it, I'd probably just go with the pro. And I
That's what
know
I
you
did.
agree. I know
Yeah,
you
that's what I
agree.
did. If you have watched my video, that's what I did. I don't. I disabled the hit because everybody said it will break down, so disable it. So one thing that I
Wait a
had
minute, yeah,
was that
yeah.
going up and down, and it's much more easy on the pro because it's
I
open,
know,
so you can just go in there and make your
I
shots.
know. The
I
Raptor
enjoy
pin is
it.
a hard shot on the
Yeah,
premium. Yeah,
it's just the trajectory, the angle is it's not
it's a
easy
hard
to make.
shot.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
It's there, but it's just hard to hit. I think that game code is really nice. I like the
yes,
code.
yes.
The layout. I mean, Keith Elwin, he's the combo king. Before it was Steve Ritchie, but now it's just Keith Elwin.
Oh
And
yeah.
when you make the shots, it's just you're looping, and it's so cool. But when you hit one of those posts, it will just damn bam
Yeah.
straight down the toilet.
And I've had a lot of time on Avengers, and Avengers I feel like Avengers shoots way easier than Jurassic Park. So like Jurassic Park to me is just it's a harder version of his games. So at
Yeah.
least from my skill level and what I find, I enjoy shooting. I probably enjoy shooting Avengers and Godzilla more than Jurassic Park just because it's a hard shooter. But I know if I really put time into it and really found the shots, it is really fun. It's just if friends and family come over, that game's gonna kick their butt. It's gonna
Yeah.
kick their butt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The thing is with Avengers, most people doesn't understand what's going on.
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Avengers has a whole slew of problems, but it's not the layout. It's not the
No.
layout that's Avengers' problem. Yeah.
I was like, I was with my brother, so he just and he just distro. You know how it is with Zach. He just gets so many games. So one really late afternoon, we were together in Copenhagen, had some pizzas and had some fun, and he said, "Oh, have you tried Avengers and Led Zeppelin?" And I was like, "No. Did you put them up?" Yeah. Then he was putting up some game.
Sure.
I turned on the Avengers. And oh, also Rush was also there. Two Rushes.
Nice.
I turned on the Avengers and I tried it. You know, me and the Avengers game, only us two. I got hooked.
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
great game.
I read so much negative stuff, and I was like, "This is a great game.
Yeah.
It shoots well. It was the pro version. I haven't tried the LE. It was such an cool, enjoyable game." And I turned it off, switched over to the Led Zeppelin, and everybody was, "Oh, Led Zeppelin, blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
Never tried it, so I started the game and I checked out. I don't know their songs, and then I start listening to their music, and I was like, I know their songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some of their songs. One of them is from Thor.
Yep.
If you
Yep.
watch that, it's
Yep. Yep.
so cool. Immigrant Song, I think it's
Yep.
called. And I start flipping it. I liked it, man.
Led Zeppelin was fun.
Yeah,
I borrowed
yeah.
it. I actually had a lot of fun on Led Zeppelin.
And
People,
you're the only guy that says
yeah,
that.
no, I had a lot of fun, and it's tough. When you're spending that type of money, you want everything. You want all the bells and whistles. You want really cool mechs, and unfortunately, Led Zeppelin doesn't have great mechs, but it still shoots well, and it's
Yeah.
still fun. Like the code in that game is what made the game, in my opinion, and the songs and the energy. So
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin, unfortunately, the art package isn't great, and
No.
unfortunately, there's no standout mech. But if you look
Do you
past
need
that,
a
it is a
Mac?
fun game.
Do you need a Mac in your game? Do you need Smash Toy? Do you need stuff like that in your
See,
games?
what I struggle with, do I personally need, like I told you, TNA is one of my favorite games. But to me, I want there to be something that I can show like a friend or family member that they'll think is cool. And that's what's
Okay.
unfortunate is like Avengers, there wasn't really anything to show them.
No.
Led Zeppelin, there wasn't anything to show them. Godzilla has so many things you can show them that are
The
cool.
building, yeah, yeah.
Deadpool to show them, it's just
The
more
hit.
props and stuff. But like to show them, hey, do you see this shot? If you can hit right here, that ball's gonna go the katana ramp. It's gonna go
Yeah.
here and then here and then here. Like try it.
Yeah.
I just want them to have something visual, something kinetic that's cool. TNA, you can just show them how to destroy a reactor, and you can do it together. You can do co-op mode, and
Yeah.
then it starts the beacons going, and it's all red, and it's pounding, and the thing game's shaking. So
The
that's what I
music,
do.
the
Oh,
music.
I know, I
Oh
know.
yeah. But on Deadpool, the bobblehead,
Oh,
that's a
it's fun.
cool
Yeah,
toy.
it is
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
When my son first saw it, he was
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Oh, look at that! Why don't you hit that all
And
day
Jurassic
long?"
Park, with the premium, you can show it like, hey, I can feed the dinosaur head, and he'll spit out the ball, and then that's it. Like that's really the only thing that I'm showing them. And even then,
Yeah.
the mech is hard. It's got to be just right to get it in, otherwise it doesn't grab it. And
Nah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Jurassic Park, hey, still a fantastic game. I do understand. I think all of Keith Elwin's games will end up here in the top 10. But
Oh
it's
yeah.
a harder game. It's a harder
Yeah.
game. This is one of those, like I said earlier. If you had $10,000 and you were going to suggest one pinball machine to somebody new, I don't think I'd do Jurassic Park because it's a hard game. It's a hard game.
Deadpool,
Deadpool.
Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
absolutely. I think, and there are a lot of them. I think it's a great game. It's well placed. Some people says that Jurassic Park is better than Godzilla. I don't agree with them,
I don't
but
either.
it is a great game, and you're getting a lot of fun for your money. So
Yes.
absolutely. I mean, I think 2 weeks back it was at number two
Yes. Yeah.
on this list. So wow, man, it's a great pin. Let's take the next one. Number three on this list, and I'm really enjoying this, Joel. Number
Yeah.
three
No.
is Medieval Madness. It
It's
has
fun.
ruled the galaxy for so many years. Before Pinside, we had something called imdb.org.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you, yeah, there it was highly placed, together with Twilight Zone.
It's well
Everybody,
deserved.
yeah,
Yep.
everybody loves it.
It it to me. So we have a bar. There's probably 20 something games, and when I first got into pinball, I took my brother-in-law and some other friends, and we of course we played them all. And this is the game that they kept going back to, and that really opened my eyes and to why it's so loved. And it's just because that castle mech is so
Oh,
perfect, and the fact that you're hitting it, and then you see the drawbridge come down, and then you hit the gate, and the gate goes up, and then you hit it back
oh,
in there, and it explodes, and the fact that it's an easy shot to hit and the multi-ball shot happens to be right there, plus the trolls popping up,
trolls,
like really
trolls.
interesting ramps. I
Yeah,
mean, and it's funny, and the art is great. It's a great theme. It's accessible. Like it
call outs.
truly, the call outs are great.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of those games where if I would own medieval, I would own Medieval Madness over Attack from Mars and over Monster Bash, just because I know every person that would come into my house would have fun on that game. My challenge is, I know, once again, it's depth of code. Does Medieval Madness have as much depth as some of these newer games? For me, no, but
Let
it is like everybody loves that game. Like it is just a fun game.
I have owned that game for about 8 years, and I enjoyed it. But I'm telling you, when you play play that game for many years,
Yeah.
you end up not hitting the castle.
Oh no. Yeah.
You
Yeah. You
do
go for everything else.
Yeah, you
Yep.
do three ramps, damsel in stress, you do
Yep.
the joust and all that, and you do all the codes that are except the middle shot,
Yep.
and then you have to conquest 6 or 7 nights of bourbon and all those
I
crazy
know.
nights,
Yeah.
and hitting that middle shot over and over again. Because of that, I choose Attack from Mars as a
Okay.
better game.
Okay.
Why? Because when you hit the UFO, you hit it, bam, and the ball comes back. You're in action.
Yep.
When the drawbridge is open, the door is open, you will go in and hit, and it will go in and go to the side and pop out and roll down. I want action. I'm the kind of
I
guy,
agree.
I'm like,
Yep.
come on, I want to
But
disable it so it should have some sort of U-ramp shot when the door is
so it's
open.
fast. You want it to be a fast, yeah.
I
Like
love speed.
so that's my issue with Cactus Canyon right now is when you hit Bart, it like
Yeah,
goes down into a vuck and then it just spits out and it rolls back. Like even when you hit the scoop for the mine, it doesn't come back at you. It goes back into the pops. It's just a
yeah.
very slower. It slows down the game. I totally understand. If I owned Medieval Madness, it would be to make everybody else happy. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be for me.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Right now, I'll just I'll stay selfish and just buy games that I want because I'm the one that plays them. But if I was at that point where my collection could be big enough that I could purposely own games that I know would be for other people, Medieval Madness would probably be at the top of that list.
Yeah, it has the biggest wow effect.
Yes.
Absolutely. First time you destroy, the whole game is shaking. It's like a shaker motor. Whoa.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yep.
It's a very expensive game in Europe.
Oh, here too.
Yeah,
They don't,
okay,
They don't
okay.
go up for sale. I mean,
This is so
everybody that
cool.
owns them keeps them.
This is so cool. You're getting a bit of European taste in the world of pinball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you are if you have been in the industry for I don't know 3 years, I would say Medieval Madness is one of the best games you can buy. I know it's expensive, but if you're new, it's such a cool pin.
Yeah.
Your wife can say, "Wow!" Your friends when they come over. I mean, when I have non pinball playing friends over, and they say, "Whoa, Guns N' Roses, how much does it cost?" In the beginning, I set the prices, but now when my friends ask, I said just like a new PlayStation 5.
You just lied to them.
If I tell the truth, they're like, "Are you an idiot? What?"
Yeah, I know.
They
You
don't
spent what?
understand
I
it.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
and some of them they're like, some of my friends they're saying, "Oh, this is cool. Let's try another wood, and another wood, yeah, another." And I'm like, "Another playfield layout? Yeah, can't you just change to something else? We just tried this.
Yeah.
Let's try something else. Another game."
Yeah.
No.
Nope. Not how that works. Yep.
This is it. So yeah, man, that's how it is. So Medieval Madness, a lot of game for your money.
It's earned. It deserves its spot. Yes.
Number two, what's going on? ACDC? I mean, can, can, do you understand it? I don't.
No, this is no. No, I don't understand. When you asked me the other day, you're like, "Hey, can we do a top 10 list?" I was like, "Sure." Pulled it up, I was not expecting ACDC to be number
No.
two. Now, the reason being, if you look at the actual ratings, I don't think any of the ratings count until there are 40 ratings supplied. And if you look, ACDC LE
Oh.
just got 41 ratings. So it
Yeah.
just hit that threshold. This is what happened with Alien earlier in the year. Alien had just hit that 40 threshold, and everybody, the 40 people that had put reviews, gave it all tens. So
That
now if you look,
explains it. Yeah.
ACDC LE is at 9.0, while Premium is at 8.5 and Pro is at 7.9. So
Yeah.
realistically, this should be down in the eights. I mean, this should probably be ACDC should probably be somewhere in the 20s. Um,
At
not
least.
number two. Not number two.
No.
So
Okay. Okay.
I don't agree that it should be here.
No.
Is it a
No.
good game? Yes, it is a
Yeah.
good game. It
Yeah.
is a fun game,
Fast game.
but it can be very fast. Yes,
Yeah.
but I personally don't think ACDC's in the same league as the other 13 pins we've said so far.
After we got these LCD system games, I think all the DMDs they just, especially Stern DMDs, they went down for me. All of them.
Yeah.
And what are they called? Spike 2, right? Spike
Yeah.
2 system, yeah. And Spike 3 is just around the corner.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, sometime
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, and it's gonna have so much processing power, run multiple displays. It's gonna be, I mean, built in proper
real-time.
Wi-Fi and all sort of stuff. It's gonna be great.
It'll be cool. ACDC though, I mean, just to keep it short, if you're an ACDC fan, it's a great game. If that's one of your if you're a big ACDC fan and you want to have one in your basement, it's a great game. It is still a very good game.
But how about the
But it's
Pro?
not the Pro, I do think. Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like the
Some
Pro.
people love the Pro. They love that speed. But if you're just that person where you're like, I'm a collector and I just want to have a game, I would go for the premium if you can. But
My brother
it shouldn't
has.
be number two.
Uh,
It shouldn't
no.
be number two.
My brother has the Lucy edition, and I think it's the most beautiful one. I really love it. That red armor,
Yes,
red
it is,
everywhere.
It's beautiful.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
a
I
nice
agree.
game, man. Absolutely. Let's go to the top
Yes, yes.
because
And it's,
a few minutes before we started this, you said you had some time, and I said usually I do these shows and they're about 20, maybe 30 minutes long, and you don't want to know how much long. I mean, this is a bit over 20 minutes, Joel. That's chemistry, right? That's
Sure,
what it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
But let's talk about number one, and you are going to get shocked. You know what? Number one, Godzilla. Yes, my
Yeah.
favorite pinball of all time. Yes, but you know what?
You like
For
the
me,
pro.
I love the
You
pro.
like the pro.
The
So
pro.
yes, here
Only guy in
here's
the world that likes the pro.
no, you're not the only guy in the world. I know well, the pinballers, Mike and his family, they love the pro. They have the pro, love the pro. I know Chuck Wirt
Oh,
was straight down the middle streaming. He loves the pro. The truth is, I streamed when Godzilla came out. I was like, I don't care. Like this was not a theme that I cared about, but it was Keith Elwin. I was like, I bet it'll be fun. Well, Zach let me borrow the pro, and it just blew me away. And that was the pro. There's no
that
moving
was the
mechs.
first video I watched with you.
Yes,
You were
thank you.
playing the pro, and it was you explained the code and everything, and when you made the shots, you were happy. I was happy here in Denmark. Who is this guy?
Yeah, well, thank you. I think it's hilarious that that video. I'm glad. I'm glad people enjoy that video. But the pro, like the pro, is so much fun, and it goes
Oh,
back to what I said earlier. Keith Owens saying, "I want to make sure that I make a fun Whitewood," and
yeah.
it's the fact that like that. The Mecha Godzilla ramp. It's no turning mech. It's just a shot with a spinner, and the building doesn't explode or anything. The balls just go through it. But it just the layout of that game is so much fun to shoot,
Oh.
and then the code and the music,
Oh.
the fact that each
Music.
monster is so unique. It's like Ebera, I'm just hitting spinners.
Yeah.
Gigan, I'm just hitting ramps. Like, and it builds, and you put a shaker motor in there, and boom, boom, boom. And it blew me away. By the time Zach needed the pro back,
Yeah.
I was just like, I love this game. I love this game. So I had a chance to play a premium and an LE
Yeah.
at different bars, and to me, I understand. I think I would be totally happy with a pro,
Yeah.
but the building and the mecha gods, like this is what my friends and family. That's what pulls them in.
Yeah.
That's what to me for them to be able to just sit there and hit the building and see it actually go down
Yeah.
and do that multi-ball themselves. Like that is what pulls them in. Same thing with mecha guys. My 2-year-old, he's like, I want you to hit him in the belly. I want you to hit him, like he wants to see that. But
Yeah,
the
Magna
bridge,
grab in the
yeah,
belly.
the
Yeah.
bridge mech, I was not
Oh,
expecting the
yeah.
bridge mech to be cool until you get it, and then it like boom and opens. So I love the premium, and I don't fault you for loving the pro because it's real. The pro is such a great game,
Yeah.
but to me, it was worth it to me to get the premium. For others, I think if you have a pro, you can be. If that was the only thing that, if there was no premium in LE, I don't think anybody would complain about the pro. The pro is such a great
I don't know where to
game.
start. The building the first 30 times it was
Sure.
epic.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, come on, double flip, double flip, double flip, double flip. Come
Yeah,
on,
I
it
get it.
doesn't work for me. And
But it has the diverter, like because when the
oh
building goes down, and then you're like, oh, I'm down. I want to
yeah,
do Geigen. I want to
Geigen,
do.
yeah,
It's like the fact
yeah.
that it's changing your decisions based on the state of the building.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm missing that. That's the first thing. I'm missing two things. That diverter in the building, it's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And the next thing that I'm missing, it's the bridge.
I
I think the
know.
bridge is
Yeah.
so cool. I can't explain
I
why. It's so cool,
It's
man.
so
It's just
cool. But
yeah,
what's crazy, and this is what everybody's heard me talk way too much about Godzilla. Everybody loves Godzilla, and there's a reason. But
yeah,
to me, it's like if you only have money to buy one pinball machine, Godzilla Premium,
yeah.
like the Magna Grab alone, is such
Oh,
an amazing mech.
yeah.
To see
Innovative.
that and whip the ball around, and
Yeah,
that's in every game, and then. But like when I saw the initial video, I'm like, that building looks insane. That mecha turntable with a ramp looks insane. The bridge, I was like, that's cool. But then you actually get it, and it's like that bridge is
yeah.
stacking. every time you hit that and it shakes, and
Yeah.
every time, and then the start multi-ball, it's broken. So
Yeah.
when it goes through, it drops the ball.
Oh
If that bridge
man.
mech, if that was the only mech, people would love it. But it's
Yeah.
overshadowed by the building and the mecha turntable. Like that's what people are focusing on. But it's a great mech. Great mech.
Every time I watch, I'm a member of the Godzilla something something page on
Sure.
Facebook. Every time people write, I have this problem with the building. I have this Mechazilla, the magnet is. I always
Yeah.
write. I don't even write. You can fix it this way. I just write. That's why you go pro.
I get it. I get it. I totally understand.
My
It's
Ellie
yeah.
couldn't adjust the building the proper way.
Okay.
You can go into the menu and you can adjust it. It was 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter, it's this much,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
one
Yeah.
millimeter down. So the ball got stuck, or when it went in with not a lot of speed, it was stuck at the exit. And I reassembled, disassembled, updated the code. It just didn't work, and now I'm reading all these guys that has issues. When the building works, it works, but you can have issues with stock balls, and the
Yeah.
Mechazilla with the magnet, it has got some issues. And I'm like, you know what? The Pro is fast and fun. That game has got 10 out of 10 layout. And
Yes.
one thing that's so important that not that many people are talking about is what the what is going on with the audio package?
Oh, it's insane.
The music,
It's so great.
the music is just
Yeah.
when it just came out, I messaged personal George Gomez. I said, Mr. Gomez, can you send me the music files because I want to use them
Yeah.
in my videos? And it was like, do you think he did it? No.
No. But
Uh,
it's the music is it,
wow.
it really like the light show in this, the choreography of the light show is insane. But the music, that's what you get into a battle and you're just like
Yeah.
pumped. You're just like I'm beating this monster
The
and
one with three hits, what's it called?
King Geigen or good yeah.
That track. Yeah,
Ghidorah. Oh,
that track. Oh,
oh,
I love it, man. And also,
I know
when you make these shots, every shot counts for. If the
everything. Yeah,
insert is not lit, you hit the shot and do it 11 more times, you will get
yeah,
something. Okay,
yeah.
nothing goes to waste. It's
It's so that's what I was telling you. I was playing Jurassic Park with my brother. It's very focused and you gotta, you're
yeah,
progressing in a very specific path.
line
And
it.
then and then you come to this and it's just like he's in a multi he's doing this and he's hitting shots and I was like, oh, you need to hit bridge. You're like one shot away from bridge. Or oh, Mecha Godzilla, you only have to hit these two targets and then boom, you're in it's like you're always working on other things and oh, I mean,
So
I
cool, man.
100% agree it's number one. It should stay number one
Oh,
until Keith makes something better because it's
uh,
so great.
it's
It's such a
right now.
fun
It's
game.
unbeatable on every category. It's just so good. Again,
Yeah.
love the LE, but the Pro. This guy that hangs, you can see his arms like this. He hangs when he plays. He falls asleep. He's the best player. He streams. What's he called, man? IE Pinball, I think
IE
it's called.
Pinball Carl D'Angelo.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy. I watched his video where he made billions in
Oh yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never shoots the building. It's the ramps, and the building is just dead for him. And I was like, and he doesn't go after the Mechazilla, and it was like the Pro is all you need. And then when I had the issues with the LE, I'm like, and now when I have played the LE for so long time, and I play the Pro so much faster. It's so smooth, and
It is
you have
very fast. Yes.
everything is and you
Yes.
can get them for new still for 7 8 thousand. I think it's 8,000 now. Wow.
Well, there's a lot of pros available here in the
Yeah.
US because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that bought a pro waiting on a premium. And so
No, an
they
upgrade.
have the premium, so they upgrade and then they want to get rid of their pro. So
Yeah.
either way, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It's just the truth is it's a great game. It's the pro is super fun. I had a ton of fun on the pro. The premium, it in my opinion adds even more, but I also understand if it added frustration to you because the mechs weren't working. I get it. I totally get it. But that's why
And the
these two
speed.
games both Godzilla and Deadpool. Sure, I have the premiums, but the pro version of both are fantastic. Like
So so
that means a
so
lot.
you're saying Deadpool Pro, give it a chance. Buy one.
Deadpool Pro, give it a chance. Godzilla Pro, give it a
Oh,
chance. Either of those, they're both great games. Yes,
okay, all right. And it deserves number one spot.
absolutely. It's the
And the
best.
Ellie costs 15,000. Buy it. It
But
deserves
even
it.
still, it's 15,000. But if you, yeah, if you love Godzilla, like that's the same price as a bunch of other games in this list.
Yeah,
Like I would go
yeah.
Godzilla all day long over every
Oh,
other game in that list.
do you know anyone that doesn't like Godzilla?
The only person I know is Jason Leibel. He does the Pinball Party podcast on TPN, but he just gets in and out of games all the time. And
Okay.
to him, he just played the heck out of it and was like, all right, on to the, I don't know. And there's some people that argue that yes, they argue that they like Jurassic Park more than Godzilla, and
Yeah.
I think it's just because they enjoy how linear the Jurassic Park is and some of the different options from a tournament standpoint and which perk and with Dino perk they like that better. But they just because this can be a lot of multi-ball, but that's what happens when you're a super good player.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
Luckily, I don't have
watched
that problem. Yeah.
the guy that controlled all the computer stuff when you made that pinball award show.
Yes.
What's his name?
George, don't panic flip.
That guy. I watched one of his streams where he played the Jurassic Park, and on that video he said that he liked Jurassic Park more than Godzilla. I was
Yes.
like, "What's this guy talking about?" And
There's yeah.
it
There's a
was a
lot of people.
really nice stream. But you know what? He removes the music, everything from the pinball machine, and he puts on some music in the background. I'm like, no. Then I switch back to Joel because you can
Yeah.
hear what you're doing.
Yeah.
We have to listen to the pinball machine. We have to listen to the
Yeah.
game. It's so much more engaging for the viewer. And now you're directly on YouTube.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. So when I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, oh, new
There you
video,
go. Yeah.
play.
There you go. Yes.
So cool, man. You're yeah, it's a masterpiece. My dear friend, I want to say thank you for being a part of this. It was highly enjoyable. And I think this is I can see here it's over 1.5 hour long video. This
Oh.
is the longest video I have ever recorded. I mean, yeah, I think you will come
Well,
back
hopefully,
someday
yeah.
again. We will check this out again, or whatever you want to do. This is great fun, and I want to join your show when you are together with your gang with
Yeah.
Canadian players and all sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
our time
I know.
when
You'd
I'm
have to wake
sleeping,
up
you're
early.
making it.
You'd have to be up super early.
Yeah, like 4 o'clock in the
I know.
night or something
Yeah.
like that. But it could be cool, man. So yeah, I
Well,
want to
thank
thank
you.
you.
Yes. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for enjoying my content. I enjoy your videos as well. I think
Thank
it's
you.
awesome. We had I do the Triple Drain Pinball podcast on the Pinball Network, and we had Neil McRae on. He's over in the UK, and just
Yeah,
learning more about European pinball is fascinating. Um,
he
and
has a lot of games.
yeah, but I'm glad you enjoy the streams. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Check it out, Flipping Out on YouTube. Check out the YouTube channel. And
Absolutely, man.
thank you. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for the
Yeah.
invite.
I wish you a great weekend, my dear friend.
Yes, you as well.
Bye.
See you later.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.